All right, so today we're going to be looking into something pretty fascinating.
Okay.
Buddhist philosophy.
Right.
Specifically, we're going to be exploring mantras.
Okay.
And
Yeah, mantras are really fascinating because it's like they're more than just words, you know? They're like these powerful vibrations and they resonate with like this universal energy.
So it's not just like positive thinking.
It's deeper.
It's like tapping into something.
Exactly. It's tapping into like this source.
Wow.
The source I was reading even compared it to like a radio.
Okay.
Tuning your mind to the frequency of success.
Interesting.
And you know, this ties in really well with like a fundamental Buddhist belief.
Yeah.
Which is that what you think you become.
Right.
And mantras can really help you kind of like direct those thoughts.
Oh, that's cool.
Of what you want to achieve.
So it makes me think about how like our mindsets really do impact
Totally.
our outcomes.
Yeah.
Like when you believe you can do something,
Yeah.
it seems to work out better.
For sure, that's like the whole power of mantras. It's like they work on the subconscious level, you know?
Oh, wow.
They clear out mental clutter,
Oh, that's great.
boost confidence.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like you're using a specific sound to like shift your energy
Oh, wow.
and attract what you want.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
So it's not just about repeating words.
No, it's deeper.
It's about the energy behind them.
It's about the intention.
The intention.
Yes.
I'm curious, how far back does this practice go?
Ooh.
Is it like a recent trend?
Okay.
Or is it something?
Mantras actually have a really long history.
Okay.
They go back thousands of years.
Wow.
Like in Hinduism and Buddhism.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Ancient sages believed that certain sounds
Yeah.
held immense power to like influence both the individual
Yeah.
and the world around them.
So this has been passed down.
Yeah, for generations.
Generations. Wow.
It's amazing.
Are there any well-known examples of mantras that like
Oh, for sure.
people might recognize?
Absolutely. Like Om, for example, is
Om.
considered like the primordial sound of the universe.
Right.
And when you chant it, it's believed to connect you to like
Yeah.
a sense of universal harmony.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then in Buddhism,
Yeah.
Om Mani Padme Hum
I've heard that.
is a really powerful mantra
Yes.
for cultivating compassion, wisdom, and prosperity.
So I've definitely heard Om before.
Yes.
But I never really like understood the significance.
Right.
It's amazing to think about the depth of history
Totally.
and meaning behind it.
It's incredible.
So are there specific mantras that are believed to attract success?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
So in Hinduism, there's the Lakshmi mantra,
Okay.
which is Om Shrim Mahalakshmi Namaha.
Wow.
And this mantra is dedicated to the goddess of prosperity and abundance.
Okay.
So it's all about inviting that energy into your life.
So that's interesting. It's not just about financial wealth.
Right.
It's more about
It's about like a broader
sense.
sense of success and fulfillment.
Fulfillment. Okay.
Yeah.
And in Buddhist tradition, is there a similar mantra?
Yes, there's the Medicine Buddha mantra.
Okay.
And that one is Tayada Om Bakanze Maha Bakanze Ratsa Samudgate Soha.
Wow.
It's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
But it's believed to help remove obstacles
Oh.
that are blocking your path.
That's really intriguing.
Yeah.
Especially for anyone who feels like they're
Yeah.
constantly hitting roadblocks.
Absolutely.
But let's get practical here.
Okay.
Are there specific ways to use mantras effectively?
Yeah.
Do you just like shout them from the rooftops?
It's not about volume.
Okay.
It's about focused chanting and intention.
Intention, okay.
Yes, the source emphasizes mindfulness.
Okay.
You want to find a quiet space where you can concentrate,
Right.
and you really want to pour your energy into each repetition.
So it's more like a focused meditation
Yes.
than just like saying words
Exactly.
out loud.
Yeah, it makes sense that the energy and intention you bring to it would make a difference.
Totally.
Totally.
So how do you actually work mantras into everyday life?
Okay.
Is there like a specific time or place that's best?
There are a lot of different ways to integrate mantras into your routine.
Okay.
You can chant in the morning,
Okay.
during meditation,
Yeah.
on walks,
Right.
or even while you're resting.
Yeah.
Some people like to use prayer beads
Okay.
to count 108 repetitions daily,
Yeah.
which is considered a sacred number
Gotcha.
in a lot of traditions.
So it's about finding a rhythm that works for you
Exactly.
and incorporating it naturally into your life.
Yes.
But what about the long-term effects?
Okay, so
Does chanting mantras actually change your mindset over time?
the sources that I was reading suggest that they can have a profound impact on your thinking patterns.
Oh, wow.
It's like cleansing the mind.
Okay.
You're polishing a duty mirror to reveal your true potential.
That's a cool analogy. It's like rewiring your brain
Yeah,
to focus on the positive.
exactly. And you mentioned earlier how mantras are believed to resonate with universal energy.
Yes.
So how does that fit into the picture?
Yeah.
So every word carries a vibration.
Right.
And mantras are thought to be like these sound codes
Okay.
that harmonize with the energy of the universe.
All right.
So they're attracting what aligns with those vibrations.
So it's not just about positive thinking. It's actually about aligning yourself
Yeah, it's like tapping into
with the universal energy.
a greater force
Wow.
and aligning yourself with it.
That's a really profound concept.
It is.
But I also remember you saying that mantras aren't magic.
Right. They're not.
They work in harmony
They work in harmony
with our actions.
with your actions, exactly.
What does that mean for someone who's listening,
Yeah.
wanting to make real changes in their life?
It raises a really important question.
Yeah.
What are you willing to do alongside your mantra practice? Because mantras can amplify your energy and intentions,
Right.
but you still need to take concrete steps
Okay.
towards your goals.
So if someone is chanting for financial abundance,
Yeah.
but they're not putting in any effort
Right.
to like find new opportunities
Yes.
or manage their money wisely,
Exactly.
the mantra alone won't magically fill their bank account.
Exactly. It's about creating a synergy
Oh.
between your inner state
Okay.
and your outer actions.
So it's like the mantra is setting the stage,
Yes.
but you're the one who has to perform the play.
That's a great way to put it.
And now that we've kind of laid the groundwork,
Yeah.
I'm really excited to explore some specific mantras
Okay.
that our listeners can try out.
I think they'll find it really fascinating.
Yeah.
The source highlights 3 powerful mantras
Okay, let's hear.
for different purposes.
Okay.
So the first one is Om Shrim Mahakshmi Namaha,
Okay.
and that one is for harmony and success.
Okay.
The second one is Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha, and that one's for breaking down obstacles.
I like that one.
And then the third one is Ambrosi Namaha,
Okay.
and that one is for attracting financial abundance.
Those sound incredible.
They are.
Each one seems to have like
Yeah.
a unique energy and purpose.
Yes, they do.
But with so many options, how do you know which mantra is right for you?
That's a great question.
Do you just pick one that sounds cool?
You know, it's more about connecting with your intuition.
Okay.
Which one resonates most deeply
Yeah.
with your current needs and aspirations?
Right.
Trust your gut feeling.
Okay.
It's a powerful guide.
So there's no like right or wrong answer?
No,
It's about finding the mantra that speaks to your soul.
exactly.
I love that.
It's very personal.
Yeah.
And empowering.
It is very empowering.
Yeah.
Now I'm even more curious to like delve into each of these mantras
Yes.
and explore their specific benefits.
Yeah, I think our listeners will gain a lot from experiencing these mantras firsthand and seeing how they can be integrated into their daily lives.
Absolutely.
So, are you ready to dive in
I am so ready.
to these mantras?
Let's do it.
All right, so let's start with that first one for harmony and success.
Okay.
So that is the Lakshmi mantra, Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha.
Yeah.
And as we touched upon earlier,
Right.
Lakshmi is the Hindu goddess of prosperity and abundance.
Yeah.
So this mantra is all about inviting that energy into your life.
It's interesting that it's not just about like financial wealth,
Right.
but it's more about like a broader sense of
Yeah, it's about the success.
and fulfillment.
And fulfillment, yeah.
What are some of the things that people have experienced like when they've used this mantra for prosperity?
So many people who like incorporate this mantra into their practice
Yeah.
talk about this greater sense of peace and flow in their lives.
Interesting.
They feel more aligned with their goals.
Right.
And they start attracting opportunities
Yeah.
that support their overall well-being.
So it's not necessarily about like sudden windfall.
Right, it's not like instant,
Yeah.
but it's more like a gradual shift
Oh,
in
very
their energy and mindset
Interesting.
that can then lead to like greater success in all areas of life.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like setting the stage for
True.
that prosperity to kind of emerge.
Yeah, and do you have to be Hindu to benefit from this mantra?
That's a good question.
Not at all.
Okay.
Like the beauty of mantras
Right.
is that they transcend specific religious beliefs.
Okay.
It's really the vibration and the
Yeah.
intention behind the sound that matters most.
So the source suggests finding a quiet space,
Yes.
maybe lighting a candle,
Yeah.
focusing on like inner peace,
Yes.
and you repeat the mantra.
Exactly. And you aim for at least 108 repetitions.
Wow. 108.
which is a sacred number in many traditions.
Is there a reason behind that number?
Yeah, so in many Eastern traditions, 108 is considered like this really auspicious number.
Okay.
It represents wholeness and completion.
Oh.
Yeah, and using prayer beads can be a really helpful way to keep track of your repetitions.
Yeah.
And to kind of like maintain focus during your practice.
So it's not just about like mindlessly repeating words.
Right.
It's about creating like a really focused
Exactly.
and intentional practice.
Good about intention.
And you mentioned consistency is key.
Yeah.
How quickly can someone expect to see results?
You know, it's like planting a seed.
Okay.
It takes time and nurturing for the effects of a mantra to like fully blossom.
Okay.
Some people report subtle shifts in their mindset and energy within a few days or weeks.
Right.
But for others, it might take longer.
Okay.
The key is to be patient
Right.
and trust the process.
So it's not a quick fix.
Right.
It's more of like a journey
It's a journey.
of self-discovery and transformation.
Exactly.
Now let's move on to the second mantra.
Okay.
That one for breaking down obstacles.
Yes.
That one really resonated with me.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
What can you tell us about that one?
So that's the Ganesha mantra. Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha.
Okay.
And Ganesha is this beloved deity in Hinduism,
Right.
known as the remover of obstacles
Oh, well.
and the god of wisdom. So
Okay.
this mantra is about invoking his energy
Right.
to help clear the path
Yeah.
and move forward with clarity and determination.
The concept of Ganesha removing obstacles is very powerful.
Yeah.
Could you share some specific examples of how people have used this mantra to overcome challenges?
You know, people from all walks of life
Yeah.
have shared stories about how chanting this mantra
Yeah.
has helped them navigate difficult situations.
Okay.
Some have used it to overcome creative blocks.
Yeah.
Others have used it to find solutions to like seemingly insurmountable problems.
Wow.
And some have used it to just find the courage to face their fears
Right.
and take a leap of faith.
So it's about breaking down that mountain.
Yes, exactly.
Stone by stone.
Stone by stone.
Until the way forward becomes clear.
Yeah, and you find that inner strength and resilience to persevere.
So you might use this mantra when you're feeling stuck or
Yeah.
facing a difficult decision
Yeah,
or dealing with a particularly challenging situation.
exactly.
And then what about the third mantra?
Okay.
The one for attracting financial abundance.
Yes.
What makes that one unique?
So the Ombrazi Namaha mantra
Okay.
is thought to be super potent for attracting wealth
Right.
and transforming your relationship with money.
Okay.
Yeah, it's believed to not only help draw in financial resources,
Yeah.
but it can also shift limiting beliefs
Oh, wow.
that might be holding you back.
So it's not just about like manifesting money. It's also about addressing like
Exactly. It's about
the deeper psychological and emotional patterns
Yes.
that might be blocking
Yeah, it could be blocking.
financial abundance.
Yes, and the source suggests combining this mantra with visualization.
Oh.
So as you chant Om Brazi Namaha,
yeah.
you can visualize your financial goals.
Okay.
Imagine yourself living a life of abundance. Right. And feel the joy and gratitude that comes with it.
There's that combination
Yes.
of sound and imagery.
Exactly. It's a really powerful combination for manifesting
Oh, that's cool.
your desires.
I can see how that would create like a really strong,
Yes.
energetic alignment
Totally.
towards your goals.
Yeah, it's not just wishful thinking.
Right.
It's actively creating a vision
Yeah.
of your desired reality.
Embodying the feeling
Like embodying
that come with it.
Yes, exactly.
And like we discussed earlier, it's really important to combine this inner work
Yes.
with outer action.
outer action for sure.
So while you're chanting Om Brazi Namaha
Yeah.
and visualizing those financial goals,
Yes.
you also have to take concrete steps
You do. You have to take action.
to make those goals a reality.
It's about inspired action
Right.
that's fueled by the energy,
Yeah.
clarity that the mantra helps cultivate.
So now we have these three powerful mantras,
We do.
each with their own
Yeah.
unique purpose and energy.
Totally.
How do you know which one is right for you at any given time?
That's where intuition comes into play.
Okay.
Which mantra resonates most deeply with you, like
Right.
with your current needs
Yeah.
and aspirations?
Right.
Which one kind of pulls at your heartstrings or sparks a sense of excitement within you?
So it's not about overthinking. It's more about tuning in
Exactly.
to your inner guidance.
Your intuition.
Yeah. And seeing which one feels like the right fit.
Yeah, and can you incorporate multiple mantras into your practice?
Oh, good question.
Or is it better to just focus on one
Yeah.
That's a great question, and there's no one-size-fits-all answer.
Okay.
Some traditions suggest focusing on just a single mantra
Right.
for a specific period
Okay.
to really deepen your connection with its energy.
Yeah.
But as you become more familiar with different mantras, you might intuitively feel drawn to incorporate others based on your needs at any given moment.
So it's like building a relationship with each mantra.
Exactly.
And allowing your intuition to guide you.
Yes. And earlier you mentioned that some traditions suggest dedicating specific days or times to different mantras.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah.
Sure. So some practitioners find it really helpful to align specific mantras with certain days of the week or times of day.
Okay.
For example, they might chant the Lakshmi mantra on Fridays,
Okay.
which is often associated with abundance and prosperity.
Right.
Or they might start their day with the Ganesha mantra
Okay.
to clear obstacles and invite clarity into their decision making.
Interesting. So it's like creating a structured practice.
Yes.
But still allowing for flexibility.
Exactly. And you've also mentioned that weaving mantras together can be effective.
Yeah. How would someone approach that?
So one approach is to create a mala, or a string of prayer beads, with 108 beads representing different mantras.
Okay.
And as you move through the beads, you would chant each mantra a designated number of times.
Okay.
So you're creating a personalized sequence
that's cool.
that aligns with your intentions.
So it's creating a symphony of sound and intention.
Exactly.
We've talked a lot about the theoretical aspects of mantras.
Yeah.
But I'm really curious to hear about the practical application.
Okay.
What tangible differences have people experienced after incorporating mantras into their routines?
So the reported benefits are as diverse as the individuals who practice them.
Okay.
Some people share stories of feeling calmer and more centered.
Yeah.
Experiencing a reduced anxiety and stress.
Okay.
Others describe feeling a heightened sense of purpose and clarity.
Yeah.
Finding it easier to make decisions.
Okay.
And take aligned action towards their goals.
Interesting.
And many report feeling more connected to something greater than themselves.
Okay.
And experiencing a deeper sense of peace.
Wow.
And spiritual fulfillment.
So it sounds like mantras can have a ripple effect.
They can.
Influencing not just our internal state, but our external experiences as well.
Absolutely. And we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the world of mantras.
As we wrap up, what key takeaways would you like to leave our listeners with?
I think the biggest thing to remember is that the true power of mantras lies in the intention.
Okay.
And the energy that we bring to them.
Yeah.
They're not like magic formulas or anything.
Right.
But they're tools for deepening our connection to ourselves and the universe. So whether you choose to incorporate a full mantra practice into your life or just become more mindful of your thoughts and how they shape your reality, just remember that you have the power within you to create positive change.
That's such a beautiful and empowering message.
Thank you.
It's a reminder that transformation starts from within.
Yes, it does.
And by consciously aligning our thoughts, words, and actions, we can create a life that reflects our deepest desires and intentions.
I love that.
Thank you so much for guiding us through this fascinating exploration
And my pleasure.
of Buddhist philosophy and the power of mantras.
Absolutely.
We were just talking about how there are all these different approaches to incorporating mantras into your life. Some people prefer to focus on one at a time, while others might kind of weave several together.
Exactly.
Have you found that one approach tends to be more effective than the other?
It's really interesting. It seems like it really depends on the individual and their intentions.
Right.
If you're new to mantra practice, starting with one and really immersing yourself in its energy can be really powerful.
Right.
But as you become more familiar with different mantras, you might intuitively feel drawn to incorporate others.
Okay.
Based on your needs. At any given moment.
Right. So it's like building a relationship with each mantra.
It is.
And allowing your intuition to guide you.
Yeah. And you mentioned earlier that some traditions suggest dedicating specific days or times to different mantras.
Yes. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So some practitioners like to align specific mantras with certain days of the week
or
times of day.
No.
Like, for example, they might chant the Lakshmi mantra on Fridays,
Right.
which is often associated with abundance and prosperity.
Okay.
Or they might start their day with the Ganesha mantra to clear obstacles and invite clarity into their decision-making.
So it's like creating a structured practice.
It is.
But still allowing for flexibility.
Yeah, exactly. And you've also mentioned that weaving mantras together can be effective.
Yes. So how would someone approach that?
So one approach is to create a mala,
Okay.
which is a string of prayer beads
Right.
with 108 beads
Right.
representing different mantras.
Right.
And as you move through the beads, you would chant each mantra a designated number of times.
Okay.
So you're basically creating like a personalized sequence
That's really cool.
that aligns with your intentions.
So it's like creating a symphony
Is
of sound and intention.
a symphony of sound and intention. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
We've talked a lot about like the theoretical aspect
We have.
of mantras.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to hear about like the practical application.
Okay.
What tangible differences have people experienced in their lives
Okay.
after incorporating mantras into their daily routines?
So the reported benefits are as diverse
Okay.
as the individuals who practice them.
Okay.
Some people share stories about feeling calmer and more centered.
Okay.
They experience reduced anxiety and stress.
Right.
Others describe feeling a heightened sense of purpose and clarity.
Okay.
And they find it easier to make decisions and take aligned action towards their goals. And then a lot of people report feeling more connected to something greater than themselves.
Wow.
And they experience a deeper sense of peace and spiritual fulfillment.
That's incredible. So it sounds like mantras can have this ripple effect.
They do.
Influencing not just our internal state,
Yeah.
but our external experiences as well.
For sure. And we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive
We have.
into the world of mantras.
As we wrap up,
Yes.
what key takeaways would you like to leave our listeners with?
Okay, well, I think the most important thing to remember is that the true power of mantras lies in the intention and the energy that we bring to them.
Yeah.
They're not magic formulas or anything.
Right.
They're tools to deepen our connection to ourselves
Yeah.
and the universe.
I like that.
So whether you choose to incorporate a full mantra practice into your life,
Yeah.
or you just become more mindful of your thoughts and
Yeah.
how they shape your reality,
Right.
just remember that you have the power within you to create positive change.
That's a really beautiful and empowering message.
Thank you.
It's a reminder that transformation starts from within.
Yes, it does.
And by consciously aligning our thoughts, words, and actions,
Absolutely.
we can create a life that reflects our deepest desires and intentions.
I love that.
Thank you so much for guiding us through this fascinating exploration
It's my pleasure.
of Buddhist philosophy and the power of mantras.
It was a really fun conversation.
It was. And to our listeners, we encourage you to dive deeper
Yes.
into the world of mantras
Yeah.
and discover what resonates with you.
Absolutely.
Maybe you'll find a practice that helps you unlock your full potential
Yeah.
and create a life that truly aligns with your heart's desires.
I hope so.
Until next time, keep those good vibes flowing.
Keep them flowing.